Hey there guys, it's Glenn from Ion Silver, back to again in my backyard here on another gorgeous day in southern New England. Today we're going to be looking at a knife that's made by Schrade. It's this one here, the Schrade SCHF51. Sorry about the sirens in the background. I live near the police station. But yeah, this is a knife that I got a couple of years ago, and I've used it, I've tested it, and now I'm going to review it for you guys. And sorry about the plane flying overhead. I live near the airport too. I'm going to wait till the plane goes by. Okay, great, it's gone. Alright, so this is the Schrade SCHF51.M from Schrade Knives, and this is a pretty good knife. I've had a lot of good uses out of this, and I'll talk about the knife, then I'll talk about the sheath that it comes with. So there's two versions of this blade. There's this one, which is the 51M. This is the one that you're seeing right here. There's a lot of stuff going on today. But yeah, this is the 51M, which has the micarta handle scales, and this is actually the one that I personally recommend, just because there's actually another knife that I have. I have the Schrade SCHF9, and that's got rubber handles, and just in my opinion, they're not that comfortable. These on the other hand are very, very comfortable. They're very grippy. They're definitely not gonna slip on you. The handle geometry is also really good here, because like your hand just basically locks into place and it's not going to go anywhere. There's also a nice, really good finger choil up here, so you can get in there and do all those like detailed cutting tasks. It's also got a lanyard hole, but the lanyard does not come with it. This is just something that I had laying around the house. I like having lanyards on all of my knives because if something happens and it falls out, it's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to hit anyone, I'm not going to lose my knife. And also too, when I'm chopping wood, sometimes knives tend to slip, and this prevents it from falling out of your hand while you're trying to chop wood. So yeah, so that's that. It's also got a pretty good point, a pretty good tip right here. And it's made out of 1095 high carbon steel, which is a good steel and a bad steel. It's a good steel because it's easy to sharpen, and it's a very, very soft steel, and a lot of knives that are made out of 1095 high carbon steel are usually pretty inexpensive. However, it's also a bad thing because it's prone to rusting, which is one of the reasons why you'll see a lot of black coating on it. And it also dulls really quickly. So I mean, you can get it sharp pretty quickly, but then again, it's also going to dull really quickly. So this knife, I would probably say, is for beginners, because I mean, this is a very, very good, useful knife. However, the steel, it's very, very thick, as you can tell, and it's very, very heavy. This has got to be at least a pound. It's definitely not a knife you want to take into like a survival situation. However, as far as like a small camp knife and a camp knife, utility knife, this is definitely a good thing and also for beginners. Now this right here is the sheath that it comes with. It's made out of nylon, and it's got some grommets here for a leg lanyard, which does come with the knife. I ended up taking it out, and I'm not entirely sure what I did with it. It's also got a pouch right here, and it's also got this Velcro, and it's also got this this right here, so you can attach additional things to it. I'm not entirely sure what they call this. It also comes with a fire steel, and it also comes with a knife sharpener, which, I mean, it's an okay sharpener, but it's definitely not the best knife sharpener that you can get. I guess the airport's busy today. Now, it's also got a plastic insert for the knife. And there's two things on here that about this sheath that I don't really care for. The first thing is this strap right here for that holds the knife into place. This is it's kind of loose. I mean, I don't think it's gonna rip or anything, but eventually along the line it might. So that is one thing you definitely gotta watch out for. Another thing that I also don't really care for at all is this belt loop, because it's made out of Velcro, and after a while Velcro tends to wear out, and it tends to wear out like a lot. So this is one thing that I kind of feel like they should fix. Like maybe have it Velcro, but also have like snap buttons in here or something, or maybe even magnets. Yeah, that's one thing. Those are the two things that are the only things that I really have to really complain about. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the camera real quick. I'm gonna go over to my axe yard, and we're gonna do a little bit of testing with this. Okay guys, alright, here in my axe yard. And the first thing I'm gonna start with is with this log right here. I'm not gonna chop through the entire thing. I'm just gonna give you guys kind of an idea of what kind of chopping power this knife has. And give it about a couple more hacks. Alrighty. So as you can see right here, it bites into the wood pretty good. Yeah, bites into the wood really good. Trying to get the camera to get it. So yeah, it bites into the wood pretty good. And I'm gonna try this guy now. Yeah, and as you can tell, that works pretty well. So yeah, it's also got some pretty good carving. Yeah, it cuts pretty well. And this is one thing I like to do whenever I make my tent pegs. And as you can tell, shreds through it like butter. Yeah, this is definitely a good knife as far as like small camping and chopping tasks. But because of the weight of this knife and the steel that it's made out of, I definitely wouldn't really consider it a survival knife, but definitely a good knife to have, that's for sure. All right. Okay there guys, that concludes this video of the Schrade SCHF51.M. I'll have links down below in the description to Amazon where you can pick up one of these. One thing I also forgot to mention is the knife is around 50 bucks. So definitely not a bad price, and definitely a good beginner blade. That's definitely for sure. Yeah, I definitely would train some people with this knife. If I was gonna train somebody, yeah, this is definitely the knife that I would pick for students. So anyway, guys, please give this video a big, huge thumbs up. Please share to share it with all your friends and family. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like us on Facebook. And until next time, stay ready, stay focused, stay strong.